All right, we are live on YouTube. That looks good. I did forget to plug in my Ethernet cable, but we should be okay. I think we just got disconnected one time last time. All right. Let's toss it in Discord and just get rolling right away. I'm ready to knock out the first Python course. Okay. Publish. Looks good. Yo, what's up, Jessa? Happy Friday to you as well. For a second, I forgot it was Friday. Damn. All right. How'd your holidays go? Wait, you were just here yesterday. How's your week going? I feel like the weekend after Christmas, I don't really do much. I just want to chill out. I really don't want to do much. I had to double check before hitting send. Yeah, I don't know. Like, the weeks just keep passing by. Not enough time in the day. All right. Okay, so what else am I forgetting to do? I'm going to put a pinned comment that we're good to go. If you have Boot.dev career questions, feel free to ask in chat. Dude, I'm watching Squid Game 2, Season 2. And that's awesome that this song just came on. I thought it was English, though. I must be forgetting. Because I could have swore Season 1 was English, but no, probably not. Okay, let's put that in here. Looks good. I think we're ready to dive in. This is a funky week now for sure. So confusing. How are you doing today? I'm doing pretty good. Just got done with my workout. Yeah, I don't know. Feeling pretty good. I think I'm gonna do mostly a dopamine detox in January. I gotta strip a lot of things just to reset because I feel like I can just kind of feel my motivation slipping, my enjoyment slipping a little bit in like things that I normally would love to do, like coding or just other hobbies. I almost feel like I've been playing too many video games and stuff like that. So I'm going to do a dopamine detox January. Probably give up alcohol, well, definitely alcohol, video games for a bit, and then a couple of other things. So I'm looking forward to that, actually. I really want to just like dedicate nights to reading and coding because I don't go out a lot. If I do, that's fine, but I think I just want to get into a habit of like actually reading books again and having the patience to do it, right? Not watching Netflix or something like that, like having the patience to read. I like to read. I can't see the first message. Maybe I can. That's annoying. I have to look over here, I think. Hey, I had no idea it was Friday either. Now I know. Now you know, man. Now you know. No spoilers. I will watch it. No spoilers. No spoilers are allowed in our stream. You'll get banned for spoilers. I feel like that's just a given. You spoil stuff, you're getting instant ban. Whoop. All right. What does dopamine detox entail for you? Like just take a pause on certain things? Yeah. So essentially strip certain things that are kind of like rewiring your dopamine receptors. I'm going to explain this in the wrong way, but just things that like really make it so your threshold of like to feel motivated is much higher, right? And then, if you drink alcohol a lot or you smoke a lot of weed, like that can really make it so like the normal things in life aren't going to hit that threshold for you to feel motivated. So for me, I don't smoke weed, but I like to strip alcohol, video games, and caffeine. Caffeine used to be the hard one for me. I'd say alcohol is probably harder just because of like everyone around me drinks. So I got to change my environment a bit. But yeah, like I'm probably just going to stick with those three for now and just see how it goes. But I like caffeine used to be hard, but I'm like at 50 milligrams of caffeine per workout, which is nothing. Like I used to be at like 300, closing in at 400. So like to just drop that, I have like a 50 milligram pill of caffeine I take for working out, which I'm not going to notice much of a difference in my workouts. So I think the caffeine is going to be really easy this year. But I think like the beginning of the year, I love to do it. Just do a dopamine detox, kind of get my dopamine back at normal levels where like basic stuff can, like it's fine. Basic stuff will motivate me. I won't need like have the feeling to like drink when I'm out with friends, or I can read. I could just sit down and read for 30 minutes. I can meditate and I don't have to force it. I can like just code for hours and have so much fun. So I always look forward to it every year. Dopamine detox involves pausing activities like social media, junk food to reset your brain. Sugar's another one. Yeah, and bad carbs. Dopamine detox boost. I don't know if she was asking like what a dopamine detox was, or maybe I think she was just like asking my version of it, but maybe I'm wrong with that. But yeah, I agree with you, Kagan. 100%. Great idea. Best of luck with that. Sounds easy when you're motivated at first, then gets a bit harder, then gets easier again. Yeah. Oh, you mean like the dopamine detox itself? Yeah. Dopamine detox itself, it's really hard the first week for me. Once I make it past the first week, I'm okay. But I have to like force myself. Like, you know what I have an issue with? Being bored. Like I've gotten to a point where I cannot just not do anything. Right? Like I'll listen, even if it's just me here, I'll listen to like, I don't know, philosophy, psychology stuff, self-help stuff in my headphones, like going around doing stuff around my house. Like I can't just focus on one thing or just relax. Like I always have to be learning. I always have to like have my mind stimulated. And that's not a good thing. I don't think multitasking really is good long-term like that, to just keep your mind constantly entertained like that. Yeah, but I do that all the time. And like, I know it's a bad habit, and I know when I do that detox, I feel a lot better. So next year, I think, is more about like really like not leaning on a lot of the dopamine boosting activities and stuff like that. Like really, I don't know. I have to like remind myself of like, the detox is going to be harder if you start leaning on playing video games like most nights of the week and stuff like that. I just have to remind, because I always forget. I'm like, I'll be fine. And then like it becomes a habit. It's like, fuck. You like, yeah, you forget about that. I don't know. Most people like, I don't think, I'm not even preaching like most people should do this. I just notice for me specifically, like I am like, if I strip a lot of these activities away, I am miles ahead with my productivity. Like my enjoyment is super high, very happy person, very motivated. Like I always have that fire under my butt. Motivation never dies. And like, that's the difference between like having these activities in my life and not having these activities in my life. Like it is just night and day. So like if you are kind of just feel stagnant. I'm telling you, like a lot of people, even when their motivation to code, just you're like, you're not motivated. It's not exciting enough for you. Like, look outside the coding and see, are there habits in your life that could be affecting your chemistry, your well-being, that kind of just suppress your enjoyment with problem solving and building stuff. A lot of times, like becoming a good developer is like scrapping a lot of bad habits. Why is Python always on statistics most popular language? However, I barely find any jobs with Python devs. There are a ton of jobs with Python devs. I have not seen that. Yeah, there are a ton of jobs with Python. How long do you usually do a dopamine detox to see some sort of positive change? 3 months. I mean, to see some sort of positive, like a month. There's probably research to back up like a good... I don't know. I feel like I really start noticing the effects around 3 weeks. I would even say 2 weeks. But, you know, the longer the better. Maybe Europe is different, barely any Python. Oh, gotcha. I'm looking in the US. I don't look at Europe. You might be right about that. You might be right. Yeah, a lot of where I look and a lot of the people that I help are in the US. All right. I think we're ready. All right, so, you know, feel free to ask questions, talk in chat. Between lessons, I kind of look, and we'll chat. I'll answer any questions, and then, yeah, we're going to knock this out today. I have a one-on-one at 6 p.m. Central Time, so about an hour and 45 minutes. I think that's going to be enough time. We'll see. Let's dive in. So I was just so done with yesterday. I was hungover. I barely made it through to this point. So I feel like we're going to knock this out of the park, but let's finish this last one. Then we got to go to loops, I think. All right. So round trip. Rogue characters and fantasy quests expend energy when they sprint. Tyler's trying to figure out if his rogue has enough energy to get him from the inn to the capital city and back to the inn. He needs to go to the capital to pay his yearly income tax, but wants to return to the inn because it has a complimentary continental breakfast. Complete the has enough energy function to check if Tyler can make a round trip. Do some Pythonic math with a distance one way and meters per energy variables to determine how many points of energy are needed for Tyler to get to the capital city and make it back to the inn. Assign the result to energy needed variable. Okay. Distance one way is how many meters it is to get from here to there. Meters per energy is how far Tyler's rogue can travel with one energy point. Return true if there is at least enough energy for a round trip, both there and back based on the energy needed variable, and false. Okay, I'm going to have to read this again, but I think I got it, mostly. Okay. So from the inn to the capital city and back to the inn. Okay, so he's going there and back. Oh, I was thinking like, okay, I didn't realize he started at the inn. I just misread it. Okay, so he's just going from the inn to the capital city and back. So how many points of energy? So are we essentially just doing like energy needed equals distance one way times 2 times meters per energy? And make it back to the end. Assign the result to energy needed. Distance one way is how many meters it is. Okay. To get back from here to there. Matter is how far Tyler's rogue can travel with one energy point. Okay. So we're going to have energy available, and we are just going to return true if there's enough energy. So if energy available is greater than or equal to energy needed. I think that should do it. No. Okay, so we have energy available. Distance, it's meters. Meters per energy. Wait. Can travel with 1 energy point. Oh, my brain is not working. Okay. So meters per energy, we're doing the wrong calculation. So we have distance, which is going to be meters. So we have to do energy needed. That's a good problem just to wake me up. So energy needed is going to be meters. Energy, so energy available times meters per energy. And then that gives us the total meters we can go, but that's not energy needed though. With the distance one way in meters per energy. Why? The way I'm thinking about it is, okay, true if we have enough energy. Like, I'm not looking at chat because I don't want to look at chat. I want to wake my brain up on my own. Energy available times meters per energy. So this is the total amount of meters we can travel. And then we basically compare it with distance one way times 2. I think that should give us what we want, though. Let me just do that for a second. So meters we can travel. And then return is meters we can travel less than or equal to distance one way times 2. So it's going to be 9 times 20, which is 180. What? Is less than or equal to, which is going to be true. Expecting false, actually true. I'm misunderstanding the problem then. Like, we should be able to calculate it based off of, like, the total meters we can travel. Let me just read it again. Do some Pythonic math with the distance one way and meters per energy variables to determine how many points of energy are needed for Tyler to get to the capital and make it back to the inn. Distance one way. What is meters per energy again? Meters per energy is how far Tyler's rope can travel with 1 energy point. Why is that not computing in my head? It's how far Tyler's rope can travel with 1 energy point. What I had before didn't work. But like this, assign the result to energy needed. Maybe the variable name is throwing me off. With 1 energy point, because we have meters, right? Like, do we get to rest at the inn or something? Or at the city? No, and make it back to the inn. So, like, it's distance one way times 2 times meters per energy. Energy available is going to be 9. It's 9? So it's not energy available, it's energy available times meters per energy. Is this right? No, of course not. I'm pretty sure that's right. Meters is going to be, or distance one way is 100, then 200 divided by, because we need the energy and we want to compare the energy. It's divided by. Not times. We're not getting meters. Like, this is the actual correct name for it. Energy. We're getting energy. So we got to divide meters per energy by the number of meters. Okay. I think that's right. So return if energy available is greater than or equal to energy needed. Okay, there we go. Okay, well, that warmed my brain up a little bit. I like that. Yeah, I think that's right. Okay. Okay, I think we got the right calculation. Cool. Let's go. I still think, like, these optional challenges should not be optional. I'm still wondering why. Like, did students, like, complain about it? Are they just dropping off? Are they trying to skip it? Like, they're only hurting their education. These kind of problems are good. Like, why make them optional? I feel like this is a problem with a lot of course creators, and I've heard this many times. Like, most people just don't finish the course. For whatever reason, they just don't finish it. Like, most people don't finish the courses they take. And that's a big problem. And in my opinion, like, you can only do so much for those people. You can only do so much for them. You can't force them through the course, and you can't make it easier for them and, like, allow them to skip stuff that's going to reinforce some of what you just taught. And in fact, like, let's dump more optional, like, give me 2 more optional challenges. Like, why are we catering to people who aren't serious about this? I don't know. At this point, I've just seen so many personalities try to become software engineers. Like, there are a lot of people that just are not meant for it. They don't want it enough. They don't care enough. They don't enjoy it enough. Like, or they have, like, other habits they really need to fix before they can just get through an entire course without giving up. I don't know. I don't think these should be optional. Agree, if you're really serious about learning, you really need extra challenges. You do. Like, and because, like, going through these challenges, you can't expect them to remember this stuff. Like, you have to apply it and apply it and apply it and apply it. And, like, this is a weakness of this course, right? So far, right? You should be encouraging, like, the big weakness is, like, making these challenges optional. But, like, that's just a weakness of self-taught courses in general, of, like, you go through this, it kind of tells me, oh, I create this variable name, which equals this minus this. Like, I'm basically just copying what they say here, right? I'm not really learning that well. But like encouraging people to like say it out loud, teach that rubber duck, like practice it on the side. I don't think we got to setting up like a editor or anything like that, but like more coding challenges at the very least. I think I'd love to see that. Yeah, okay, that's all I have to say about that. Let's go to chapter 8, loops. Uh-oh. All right, loops are a programmer's best friend. Loops allow us to do the same operation multiple times without having to write it explicitly each time. Okay, we're going to skip a bit of this. For loop, Python is written like this. So for I in range, 0 out of 10. Okay. I replaces the numbers 0 to 9. In English, the code says start with I equals 0. I in range 0 if I is not less than 10. Exit the loop. Print I to the console. Add 1 to I. Okay, so we don't have to specify that it increments. So we can't change it? Like we can't change it to increment by 2, I'm assuming. Oh, defaults, so you can. Go back to step 2. Okay, so the result is that the number... Okay, white space matters in Python. Body for loop. Oop. Must be indented, otherwise you'll get a syntax error. Complete the missing sections of the for loop and the print numbers. Okay, so for I in range of 0 to 100. As a reminder, a for loop in Python is written like this. Yep. Okay. Assignment in the print numbers. Write a for loop from scratch that logs. I like it. Let me write it from scratch. I like that. Let's go. I in range 0 to 200. Print I. No. Oh, yeah, colon. All right, submit. Let's go. Loops practice. As a reminder, for loop in Python is written like this. Result is that the numbers 0 to 9. Okay, let's just review. Print numbers from 5. Function, the for loop starts at 0. It should start at 5. Only change the start. Okay. Should start at 5. Look at my horse. My horse is amazing. John, thanks for the sub on YouTube. Welcome. For I in range, print I. Okay, so why would you want to use a loop? Teach me how to increment without... I'm curious. Hold on. Python increment loop by 2. There's a third argument. It's a step size. Okay, cool. All right, so why would we want to use a loop to do it without writing the same code? Cool. Why does the code on the left print 0 to 999 and not 1000? Because only happens while I is less than, not equal to 1000. Oh, yeah, we're going to get through this quickly. Damn. Well, maybe the optional ones will be tough. We'll see. White space in Python. The body of a for loop must be identified. Otherwise, you'll get a syntax error. Not only that, but every line of the text in the body of the loop must be indented. In the same way, we use the for spaces convention. Pressing the tab key should automatically insert 4 spaces. It is required to indent the body of the traditional for loop, yes. Range continued. The range function we've been using in our for loop actually has an optional third parameter, the step. There we go. I'm just impatient. See, that's what I'm talking about. Like, no patience whatsoever. That's why we're doing the dopamine detox. The range, okay, so we have the step. To step parameter determines how much to add to I in each iteration of the loop. You can even go backwards. Fix the for loop in the countdown function so that it prints the numbers counting down from start to, but not including the end in order. So -1. Some game. Remember, you can use in-place operators to increase or decrease a variable by any amount. Let me read that again. I just read it and didn't even process. You could use in-place operators to increase or decrease a variable by any amount. Fixed bug in sum of numbers function. Instead of adding 1 to total at each iteration of loop, it should add I, for example, instead of 1 plus 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 1. Why'd I say it like that? 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus plus. I can't say that. 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1. I can't say it fast. We want 0 plus 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4. Gotcha. Okay, so you're just saying I plus 1, right? No. Total. Oh. Oh. So 0 plus 1 is 1. Wait. Okay, think done. Fixed a bug. Instead of adding 1 to the total at each iteration, it should add I. Oh. Yeah, okay. I don't know what I was thinking. All right, we good? We're good. Let's go. Sum game 2. Complete the sum of odd numbers function. It should calculate the sum of all the odd numbers starting at 1 up to, but not including the given n number, and return the result. Okay. Sum of all of the odd numbers starting at 1. Okay. I mean, we're not going to do a conditional. We can do this with step, right? 2. Yeah, it's just 2. Yeah, 1, 3, 5. Yeah. There we go. Hope chat works this time. Nice. Had to restart. Oh, was Twitch chat not working for you? What's up, Godspeed? How you doing, man? Looks like leak code. Oh, does it? Yeah, we're just going through the lessons. We will eventually get the data structure and algorithm problems here, which I'm kind of looking forward to. Dude, this always hurts me. Yeah, range doesn't take in last int. Doesn't take in last int. What do you mean by that? Doesn't take last int? It's, oh yeah, it doesn't, gotcha. Yeah, like, you know, at least in JavaScript, we do have, like, you could set it for, like, less than 10 or less than equal to 10, so you have a little bit more control over it. I guess, yeah, you have to remember that it's not inclusive of this. I get what you're saying. That always hurt you? Yeah, I could, like, yeah. Just gotta test it each time for a while until it, like, really gets ingrained, I guess. All right, let's go to the next one. While. Python has another type of loop, the while loop. It's a loop that continues while a condition remains true. Syntax is simple. While this, print this. The example above is hard-coded to continue forever, creating an infinite loop. Typically, a while loop condition is a comparison or variable, and it determines when the loop ends. In the Fantasy Quest, characters regenerate health when standing still while away from enemies. Okay, this means they will gain health but can't run from enemies that are coming towards them while regenerating. Can't run. Okay. Complete the regenerate function using while loop. It takes current health, max health, and enemy distance integers. While regenerating health, a character gains 1 health each iteration until it reaches the max health. Okay. The enemy distance shortens by 2 for each iteration. If an enemy is at distance of 3 or less from the character stops gaining health. Return the new current health after health regeneration stops. Okay. Okay. Let me read that again. So essentially, while enemy distance is less than or equal to 3, well, we probably don't need that. Or we don't need to do anything with it. Dude, I don't know why I'm so distracted by chat. You guys are good chatting. I just got to block it. Let's see. While enemy distance is less than 3, we are going to increment by 1. So, well, this is like the current, right? Return the new current. So do we want to manipulate this? Is that what it's suggesting? No, it's literally just a regenerate function. So we want to manipulate this. Do we want a conditional, like, if current health does not equal max health, we add to current health? Or if it's, like, less than max health? I forgot conditionals. We'll use a spell book. I forgot the syntax. It's just if... Okay, gotcha. I guess I didn't forget it. So, like, if current health... I feel like I'm going to overcomplicate this. If current health is less than max health, we... would we want to keep incrementing current health? So I'm like, is the regenerate function just like a single tick? It's not going to be a single tick. Let me read this again. Hold on. Takes current health, max health, and enemy distance. While regenerating health, a character gains 1 health each iteration until it reaches max health amount. The enemy distance shortens by 2 for each iteration. Okay. Gotcha. So, okay. Well, enemy distance is less than 3. And current health is less than max health. Current health plus equals 1. And then enemy distance minus equals 2. And then outside of that loop, we return current health. Nope. Get your hotkeys right down. Okay. No. Oh, fucking JavaScript. No, we failed everything. We bombed it. Okay. Is at a distance of 3 or less, the character stops gaining health. Actual 0. Return current health. Can we do this? Oh, back. Rith operators. In place operators? What's this? Plus equals. Okay, so this does work. Can we do this? No. Why? How do I test this? Like, how do I do my prints? Print is the right method, right? That kind of sucks that I can't debug with it. Does it have to be... Huh. Okay. Well, it doesn't... Why? Can I... I feel like it's swallowing it. Like, I feel like you should be able to do that with loops. That'd be really weird if you can't. Okay, let's just look at the differences, I guess, because I don't really need either of these prints now. Okay, so current health is 0. Max health is 10. This should be expecting 1. So 1. Enemy distance is 4. Shortens by 2. So it has to be 3 or less when it stops. Expecting 1 got 0? Yeah, it should be 1. Yeah, no, that's right. Okay. Let me see if I can do this. 820. Expecting 9. Can we edit this? Maybe we can't. Maybe we can't touch these. That's what I'm thinking. So current health equals current health plus 1. Actual is 8. Okay, so equals enemy distance minus 2. No, it's not changing it. Current health is still 0. I guess I'm assuming you can edit it in place because of this. Return the new current health. I mean, I'm assuming we could just replace it. I don't really know how that this works in Python. Enemy distance equals enemy. Can we do this? Establish something like a new scope. Wait, what am I thinking? So current health is going to be 0. Yeah, they're not changing. Does it, like, I want to, wait a second. This isn't running. That's why. There's no way this while loop is running. I don't think it was weird, or it seemed weird that I couldn't print inside the while loop. It's not running. Our conditional sucks. Well, enemy distance is less than 3, which it is, 20, and current health is less than max health, which it is. So let's try a couple things. So I think it was doing like this and current health. I don't even know what would happen with this. And then all of that is less than max health or something like that. What? Like, oh, current health was maybe being interpreted as like, is 0 falsy with Python? Like, is that a thing with Python? So, and like true and false, and then it automatically doesn't run it. Fuck. Okay, sanity check. Enemy distance, current health, and max health. $20 is not less than 3. Enemy, why am I? Well, enemy distance is greater than 3. Oh. Okay. Okay, and then current health, okay. Yeah, this is it. Nothing to do with order of operations. I'm just being a dummy. All right. Okay, run, and then just a sanity check. Plus equals 1. Okay. Let's go. Hell yeah. All right. I gotta I just gotta slow it down. Ugh. Again, I kind of like this a little bit more. Like it feels like it's more readable than JavaScript. It does. I like the spacing over the brackets. I like it a lot more with Python. Yep, I caught it. Let me catch up with chat a bit. Yeah, I'm glad I didn't read chat. Yeah. But yeah, you guys are welcome to type whatever syntax you want in chat. Just in between, I'm not going to look at it because that doesn't help me. Done. Yep. I'm a big bracket enjoyer. Are you? Yeah. Yeah. Just preference. You know what I'm trying to challenge myself with? Like, I really want to be careful that I'm not always siding with JavaScript because I'm used to it. That's what I'm trying to challenge myself because I think it's really easy to do that. Like, oh yeah, this looks cleaner. This makes a lot more sense. Yeah. Yeah, I was tearing my hair out, but it's best for you to figure it out because I've gone through the same and it made me strong. Yeah. No, I have fun with it. I have fun figuring it out. You should first walk... just stop. I think it's kind of cringy when, someone is brand new to the chat and, they come in and, you're debugging the wrong way. And, let people kind of just work through their process. You're brand new to a chat. Don't be that obnoxious backseat coder. It's not helpful towards people. I hate when I hate seeing that too. In some of the coding streams, people will get so frustrated because you don't debug their way. But they look at one single problem in the way that you tackled it. You have to do it differently. I don't, it just, there's something about cringy backseat coders that are brand new to a channel that just come off as obnoxious to me. And I see it in other channels, and I see like other creators like kind of rolling their eyes at it. Yeah. And like, I don't know. I feel like some people just need a little bit more self-awareness. I like the brackets because it's visible scope in a way. Yeah. I mean, that's why I'm used to, like, yeah. Well, I don't think I'm having that much trouble identifying as the scope changes. Not as much as I thought I would. What's up, Devin? I love debugging with print because I add funny messages to myself. Nice. Yeah. It's good to do with commits as well. It's definitely good to do with commits. But yeah, you do whatever you want with the print statements. All right. Let's see. We are done with this. It's always going to be harder doing with it live. Yeah, it is. But that wasn't my point though. I guess that is a point, right? And some people don't account for that. But it's like, sometimes you just need to let someone, like, I'm not like super focused. I'm not teaching people like the best way to debug. I'm not like super focused on going like doing some templated debugging method that's promoted everywhere in the software engineering community. Sometimes I kind of just want to enjoy my process, whether it's slower than yours or not. Like, who gives a shit? Why go into a new live stream being that obnoxious backseat coder? It's like backseat coders like that, I just don't enjoy to be around. Like, they're not enjoyable to be around at work, right? You want to like give yourself time to get acquainted with a team, get a feel for the developers, get a feel for their process. And like when you're trying to correct them, like the second you like, it's kind of like, think of it like this. You're joining a new team, right? And you see a developer make a mistake, and then like your first day, you're lecturing that developer on how they need to go through their debugging process or something like that. Like first day. When you do that, of course it's going to come off as obnoxious. And I think like a lot of people need to just approach new live stream communities like that. Like they're going into a new team, like get a feel for that team, its culture. And that's it. That's it, project. And that's a big one. They get off more on like being right and correcting people than actually getting to know the person and getting to know their process and like waiting and being patient enough to see like, is this kind of like a normal pattern going through, or like, and they don't really think about like how to teach it properly. They don't think about like how to mentor properly. It's just like immediately, oh, do this. No, do this. And like immediately when you go into a team, you never want to do that. That's obnoxious of you. Like, just don't do that. There are avenues like code reviews and stuff like that where you can contribute. But I think like some software engineers just do not have any self-awareness when it comes to mentoring. But I think I'm venting because I actually watch Twitch a lot over the last 2 weeks. I've been watching more live streams, and like I see people doing this all the time. And I'm like, this is so obnoxious. I would not enjoy live streaming with these kind of people that just want to correct every single thing right away. It's like, just chill out. Talk to other people in the community. What's up, John? It's going pretty good. How are you doing? I'm refreshing my TensorFlow knowledge. I feel a kinship watching you go through these problems. Nice. Awesome. Is TensorFlow similar to this? What is TensorFlow? End-to-end platform for machine learning. Gotcha. Okay. Well, cool. Glad you're enjoying it. Google's AI training. Got it. Got it. What's up, Anonymous? How you doing? Well, I hope you're having fun with it, Devin. All right, let's go to... Oh, we're on the next one. Again, these are optional. Make them required. We have a timer to count down the start of PvP matches in Fantasy Quest. In the countdown to start function, write a loop that counts down from 10 to 1. At each iteration, print the number with an ellipsis. However, when I is 1, it should print 1 fight instead. Do not use the ellipsis character. Use 3 periods instead. Okay. I didn't know that was a character. All right, so we just have 1 conditional. Cool. Gotta remember to drink water. I always forget. All right, for I in range of -1. If I is equal to 1, print I else. We should probably like... That's fine, whatever. Print... No, if I equals 1... Whoops. Let's do this. One, then fight. Okay, let's... Is it... It's not FS. Shit, what is it? F strings. F, it's just F. I should probably be using double quotes if that's the convention. All right, so let me scroll up a little bit. Fight. No. Else, oh my God. No. So for I in range, starting with 10, it's not inclusive of 1. Wait, why are we doing it this way? Why are we doing a conditional? No, I'm not paying attention. Oh, why did I do this? I plus ... So to stringify it, it's trying to add it. It's not going to automatically convert this to a string like JavaScript. Okay. Looks good. No? Okay. Redone. Oh, we have 1. I meant to do this. Why did I change this? This is it. What? Hold on. All right. Slow down, Don. We're supposed to do 1 here. Now I'm going too fast. I'm not paying attention. Like, let's just do that. Run One fight, submit. Okay. That is the time I went too fast. But I still have fun with it, man. Like, I swear, like, someone like the guy we just timed out would, like, immediately, like, give me another lecture. Oh, man. Some people just, like, suck the fun out of coding for me. F strings are great. I forgot the specific character for it. Interpolation, indeed. Straight, yeah. I guess another name too. But yeah, I always use the term interpolation with JavaScript. The brackets are calling you. I know it's gonna be tough to get past them. What was the issue, the range inclusive thing again? You mean this? It was processing one. So it was iterating one, and then I even had I here. Which, like, actually, wait. This is gonna bug me too. This is another thing I hate. Hold on. This is probably one of the biggest reasons why I won't want to work with Python. We can actually gain access to I here. Why? Stop it. No. I don't like that at all. I feel like that should have just broke, but of course it didn't. Yeah. Doing all right, just at a restaurant with parents. Oh, nice. Nice. What do you where you guys at? Or, like, unless it identifies where you're at, you don't have to share. Just curious what restaurant. If not, what kind of food? No for loop scope. What is this witchery? Yeah, like, I don't like that. That feels really weird. And even Lane specified that, like, you rarely want to do something like that and use, like, kind of just assume that if it's tabbed, assume that you don't have access to it, even though you do. So I think it's like for loops and conditionals, you could do that, right? Is it a conditional if, stop with the JavaScript. If, I don't know. Like, can't you do this? Oh no. What was the other thing you had? You can. See? This is so weird. Look at this. Why? Stop it. I shouldn't have access to this. It bugs me. That's cursed. I agree. It is cursed. So if it's a loop, then you should have access to I. Yeah, you do. That's the problem. I don't like that. I don't think you should. Oh, gotcha. Yeah, so you do have access to I. I just don't think it's a good thing. At all. Like, let me know what, like, lock in the scope. If you're going to tab to imply a different scope, then I should have access to it outside that scope. But it's like, it's just showing, like, what you're doing in the for loop, but, like, it almost has nothing to do with scope with what's in the for loop. It's so weird. Hey, what's up? Oh no, it's Retro. How you doing? Stream is going pretty well. It's good. How are you doing? Happy Friday. And by the way, if you guys have any, like, web dev career questions, feel free to ask in chat. Happy to answer. Got it. That's a fundamental rule of Python. I forgot that's not a thing in JavaScript. Yeah. But it seems like that's not even conventionally correct to do that. But maybe if you just work with Python, maybe it is. But, like, it seems like there are plenty of backend developers that kind of feel icky about that. You have 3 separate for loop inside the functions. You have to name the index as example, even though they aren't nested. If you have 3 separate for loops inside functions, you have to name the index I. Yep. That's annoying. Yeah, that's a good point. Um, well, no, you don't. But if you want to maintain this value, you would. But you could replace it. Yeah, you could do like for I. I'm assuming you can, right? You can replace it, but then you no longer have access to this, which is fine. I don't want fucking access to this. But yeah, I guess you could do that, and it can get confusing. Yeah, it'll be reinstantiated. I'm doing good, just at work. It's slow today. Hoping to learn some cool, useful coding information by watching others. Nice. Yeah, we're just learning Python. What do you do at work? Oh no, it's retro. I don't know. Feels weird. I don't know. Again, maybe it's just preference. Maybe some people like it. I don't. What we are gonna do. Damn. People are getting pre-rolls. What I'm gonna do. Quick bathroom break, and then we'll come back and continue. You use something called local to scope. Ah, gotcha. Okay. All right, I'm gonna run a 3-minute ad. I'm gonna. This is your time to go to the bathroom. There will be no other breaks in between. We must consult the oracles. All right, so I'll be right back in about 3 minutes, and then we'll continue forward. Again, I got a 1-on-1 at 6, but we'll be able to go for another 40 minutes until then. So, be right back. All right, we are back. Man, I ordered a book and I was hoping it'd be here by today. It says it's shipped but not out for delivery. It says it's going to arrive by 10. There's no way. Oh well. We'll wait. I'm currently working in IT. Just got a job working internal after 2 years of MSG outsourced IT. 0 years of experience before that. Wanting to get into int cybersec. Learning Python would be good to know, I think. Okay. I don't know much about cybersecurity. I wonder what the kind of preferred language is with cybersecurity. What are you building with it? Just got an ad against vaping as I'm holding a vape in my hand. Those ads are getting too invasive. I like it. Hell yeah. Let's go. I am all for calling out bad habits for your betterment. But yep, ads are really damn invasive. I do agree with that. All right, critical hit. In Fantasy Quest, barbarians have a chance to land a critical hit when using a flurry attack. If the flurry is a critical hit, all its attacks deal double damage. The final attack of a flurry already does double damage, so if it's a critical hit, that final attack deals 4 times the damage. But already does double, so if it's a critical hit... Oh, in a flurry already does double, so if it's a critical hit, that final attack deals 4 times. Okay. In the calculate flurry crit function... write a loop that calculates and returns the total damage of the flurry as a critical hit. The total damage of the flurry as a critical hit. Okay. The function takes 2 inputs, num attacks and base damage. Range over the num attacks for the flurry. Calculate the total damage for each attack within the flurry. Remember, each attack is a critical hit. Or remember, each attack is a critical hit and does double the base damage. Okay. The final swing of the flurry should do 4 times the base damage. Return the total damage. Okay. Let me just write this out. So, like again, we could have this in the for loop, but I'm kind of just avoiding a conditional. I don't know. Like we could do like, oops. Base damage times 4, right? And then we just worry about this. Okay. So total damage. Base damage times 2. No. Okay, failed. Awesome. All right, I just want to give this an attempt to, because when I write out this code, I think it kind of helps me understand how I'm, like it helps me process how I'm understanding it. And then I'll go from there. So the function takes, okay. Range over the number of attacks. Let me see what the number of attacks is 2. Base damage is 5. Expecting 30. We're not returning anything. Damage. There we go. Okay. So this makes sense. So with each hit, it's just times 2 of the base damage. We just add that and then do one last one. So I kind of just want to see if I like this more. If so we do not -1. If I is less than or equals num attacks -1, then we do total damage plus equals base damage times 4. Let me just make sure this works before. No. Okay, might as well see what's wrong about this. Good practice. Print I we do get this. I guess I could have just printed there. What? Why? How is this different than this? This only happens once. Wait, now this fails. Okay, would we... Oh. Of course this is going to fail because it should be like this. So we have number of attacks 4. So we're looking for attack 3. Okay. So number of attacks 2. Hold on, I want to figure this out. I know we solved it. I still want to figure it out. Okay, so we have a 2 of a number of attacks. So it starts with 0, 1. Let me print I here. I is 1. So we have 0 and 1. This is only getting executed once. Why? Didn't misspell anything. It has to do... Let me do this one more time. Base damage times 4. Yeah, print. So the very first one is executing twice as it should. So this is going to be 10 and 20 is 30. What? So this is executing twice. Five times 2 is 10. We hit this once. I think what it's doing, I think this is the problem. This is executing twice. This returned true both times, I think. Oh, fuck. Oh. Okay. Well, that's not it. But that's what's happening. This is executing twice, right? Or did we only get one print? We got one only. Nope. I keep looking at that bottom one. We got one. Oh, you're bugging me. Why? $10 plus 20 should be 30. I want to figure this out. Oh. This is getting executed in extra time. Okay. All right. There we go. Okay. So that's it. We just look for that last entry. Otherwise, we always do ×2. Do I like this better than this? I don't know. I feel like this is a little bit more... I kind of like this better, but I feel like the other way... I don't know. If we're going to loop and we're going to have a conditional that is going to be that is going to affect a specific... When we're at a specific index in the loop, I think it should be within the loop. This literally doesn't matter in terms of like being practical. I'm just trying to think about like when I look at Python code, what is more readable to me? I think this is less readable. I think the other way with the if else is more readable. Okay. Do you run Boot.dev? No. I'm affiliated with them. Yeah, Lane runs it. This attack needs to be nerfed. Yeah, that's an insane attack, isn't it? That's an insane attack. Like ×4, that's crazy. Why would it be ×4? It's a critical that final... Why would it be? The final attack in a flurry already does... Why does it already do double damage? Doubt Me, thanks for the sub on YouTube. Welcome. I don't feel like this is a normal mechanic, is it? Like, if I think of, like, Shaman's Wind Fury, a final attack already does double? Why? I don't know. I don't think this is, like, a normal mechanic. Do you mind checking my website? If you build up points on our Twitch channel, you can request a website review. But you got to be here for a while. You got to be active in the streams. But if you want to start building up those points, you could do so on our Twitch channel. Just Don the Developer, both on YouTube and Twitch. All right, cool. Oh, we got to submit it, don't we? Run, submit. Experience points. All right. You've been hired by a game studio to work on their latest role-playing game. In this game, adventures need experience points to level up and become stronger. You've been tasked with updating a part of the player statistics panel. We want to show the total XP a player has gained based on their current level. Each character starts with 0 XP at level 1. To reach the next level, they need XP equal to their current level 5 times, or times 5. Okay. Complete the calculate experience points function. To calculate the calculate experience points function takes a single parameter named level, determine the total XP they have gained to reach the specified level. Well, the total XP they have gained to reach the specified level from level 1 and return it. From level 1. Okay. So it's 5. All right, let's do it. Okay. So XP to next level, 5, 10, 15, 20. At level 1, they've gained 0, 5, 15, 30. So for each level, so the step is going to be times 5. The current. Does that make sense? No, there's not going to be a step. We don't need that. So we start off at 0 and we do I times 5. 1 is 1 times 5. 2 is 2 times 5 plus 5. And we know we can access that out like from the loop itself. So return total XP. No. Okay. So we can't establish a new variable in a loop and then use that. Total XP equals 0. Okay. Why? Did we not just test that? Am I going crazy? I'm going crazy. Is this a personal project, basically scraping IT job offers for my country? I did CS50. It's my first bigger project. I wonder what to do next. I don't know where you are, right? Like project work is always going to be king, but there's a lot of things that you got to do as a self-taught developer. Like if you're just completely lost, I would try to seek out mentorship. But like look for entire curriculums that like take you through and give you tips on how to handle the job search and stuff like that. Otherwise, it's just like scrapping. Like you're never going to be able to just ask generically, like, what do I do next? Like no one knows where you are with your learning. They don't know your portfolio. They don't even know what positions you're going for. I think you're going to have a really, really rough time just winging it. My advice to you is like seek out mentorship. But what I will do is first, before I can help you even more, I have to do my two-factor. I enabled two-factor on my business account. I should have done that a long time ago, to be honest. Just got to log in. Just about 15 logins per day, that's all. Okay. Looks good. All right. But to give you kind of like a mindset on how I see tackling personal projects for your portfolio, you can check out this website. But again, like, you know, this is more for when you're like applying for product work. It just all depends on like what you're trying to achieve. But again, like I really want to emphasize, if you are just like trying to get into like a IT job in general or something like that, you're probably going to want to narrow it down a hell of a lot more into the type of company that you want to apply to, the types of problems you want to solve. Like, but I would read that article, go through it, and see if it shifts your mindset a little bit. So it's half scoped, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. Is overridden each iteration, I assume, and the latest one is accessible. That's what I would assume. Like, let me see this error again. Cannot access local variable total XP where it is not associated with a value. What? So we can't... Okay, I think it's just because we can't establish... Like, it's never getting instantiated with the correct value in the first place. So we have access to this. Like, we could probably do something like this, right? Total XP equals 0. And then... we'll say, well, like you wouldn't do this, but beginning total XP, then beginning total so we'll do like total XP. No, we can't because it still doesn't have that initial value. Because we're trying to do plus on it. And it's trying, and it doesn't have a value to add. That's why. Yeah, I think I get it now too. It threw me off at first. All right, I think let's pause there. And that's fine. We didn't finish it. I had fun though. But I'll continue like I like these kind of problems. This is good. Stop making these optional. These are really good problems. Because I feel like I'm not really thinking. If I'm learning loops for the first time, I would activate some critical thinking and try to memorize it. Like I'm going to put some effort into it because I kind of know this stuff from JavaScript, but I do feel like we're not spending enough time doing challenges to reinforce these concepts. I would rather have challenges that are very closely paired with, just in timing, with what I've just learned. Like, give me a ton of challenges with loops right now. Like, these are good. These are really good challenges. Yeah, no problem, Patrick. Let's just chat for a little bit. If people want to chat. We'll keep this window open. I like the UI. This is great. I'm learning Python syntax without having to write it. It's a win-win. Yeah, learning more about it. I think it's I want to see what. Okay, so we build a book bot. Static analysis on text files, or rather entire novels. Perfect first Python project for beginners. We do object-oriented programming, build asteroids, and then learn functional programming. That's probably going to be a tricky one. Build a static site generator. It's crazy to me that, like, there are some people that are, like, shy away from LeetCode type problems or data structure and algorithm type problems, and they'll shy away from it. So, like, there are junior developers trying to kind of, like, become a mid-level developer. Like, I feel like you can kind of get away with not diving too deep into data structures and algorithm type problems until, like, mid-level and up. It surprises me that there are still so many people that refuse to get good with these types of coding problems when they're so prevalent. And recursion's useful. Like, I've said this before, scrapping jQuery and retrieving some methods that helped me do what I wanted to do, I had to dig into the child of the child of the child element. And, you know, it was a really useful jQuery function that we were using at the time. And to be able to recreate that with JavaScript with recursion was useful. And we definitely downsized the bundle by being able to scrap jQuery. Like, just because you haven't used these concepts doesn't mean you won't in your future software engineering positions. And you get, like, so many people that continue to just have this war over, like, DSA problems. And all you're really doing, honestly, is you're kind of just telling the world that you haven't really tackled any complex problems like that. That's all you're doing. It's just like a self-report. And of course, you're not, like, a lot of people won't for a very long time in their career, but if you're not touching any of the concepts that you're learning, like any, in your DSA problems, like, maybe you're in a position that kind of has been too easy. Maybe there's a reason why you're trying to get out of that position and, like, tackle something more challenging with more pay. I've been trying to learn how to code on my own time for a long time now, but I keep losing my motivation. I love coding. Well, I'm doing it, but I don't have much time on my hands these days. Yeah, that's rough. Yeah, sometimes YouTube is like that. Sometimes it just, it scraps certain messages. It's just auto mod I have no control over. I don't see it. But, yeah, when you don't have a lot of time, but you keep losing motivation to come back to it. Is that what you're saying? Because it sounds like you love coding when you're doing it. I think you got to just remember why you're doing it and how much available time do you actually have. I think what helps a lot is setting a schedule and being consistent week by week. Like, this is my coding time. Don't bother me. Another thing, like I've talked about it in the beginning of the stream, I'm doing a bit of a dopamine detox in January. Like, I'm going to be scrapping alcohol, video games for a while, and eventually caffeine. And there are other things that, like, you know, just sugar I'm going to cut back on. But there are other things that just mess with my dopamine. And, you know, that's your motivation. If you find that, like, a lot of people don't think about this, but are your habits healthy? Do you take care of your physical and mental health every day? Oh, Boot.dev. Yeah, it's getting automod. I could see that. It's looking, yep. There's no way to enable links on my chat. That's what it is. There's no way. I tick a box that says it's either like show links or don't hide links for member, or like don't hide links. I don't know. Whatever YouTube gives me to not mod those links, I check. And then I have to add you to regulars to be able to do that. But even if I add people to regulars, they still can't type links. There's nothing I can do. YouTube live streams are just broken. There's nothing I can do. I don't really understand why functional programming is seen as better than object-oriented for a lot of people. Are they only doing math? In some projects, you do need to store state and structures and modify that state. I combine both classes and pure functions as like utility functions, and that's great, but I can't see myself just writing functional. Maybe people don't like class inheritance, and like when you bring in object-oriented programming, like it kind of change your dependency injection a bit, and it can make it a little bit convoluted if you haven't worked with it. Like the dependency injection was kind of like, I still don't think I fully grasp it in Nest, but maybe as the classes are connected, people that aren't used to using them it's just a little convoluted until you get comfortable with it. I really think people just kind of get comfortable with what they learn and use mostly. That's my assumption. What's up, Sachi? What's up, Guac? How you doing? Yeah, I don't know. I'm not really in favor of either. Dependency injection is very good, in my opinion, for unit testing because you can pass in mocked objects and don't have to test on the actual functionality. Yeah. I mean, but you can do that with functional programming, can you not? But I think I'm thinking of like object-oriented programming with like more complex frameworks. And maybe that's where people don't like it. Is the frameworks that use object-oriented programming, maybe they're just confusing at first for people. It's kind of a wild assumption. I'm just randomly thinking out loud. Maybe that's where people get turned off from it. I don't know. Every other message I've sent to ask about this website you're using keeps... I don't know, doubt me. Yeah, sorry, like go to Twitch. We're going to be hopping off. I got to prepare for my my one-on-one, but yeah, we can continue the conversation on Monday or something like that. But yeah, like Twitch doesn't auto-mod that stuff nearly as bad. Sorry that happened. All right, guys, I think that's it though. This is a good session. We'll continue just where we left off. We'll just keep going. And then we'll definitely touch on learn shells and terminals next, and then learn Git, and just keep going. So this is going to be a long path going forward. Again, every Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday, 4 p.m. Central Time still seems to be like a really good time for me. So I'm going to try to stick with that schedule, and I will give you guys a heads up when that changes. But yeah. Oh, you're on memory management with C so far? Want to know? It's too early on. It's too early. Like I've kind of like done a surface level check and just skipped through lessons and stuff like that to check. And I mainly went off of a lot of reviews. It's why I personally recommend it for aspiring backend developers, but I'll have a stronger opinion about it as I get a little bit further into it. But yeah, guys, thanks for the conversation. It was a good conversation. Good to catch up with all of you. But I'll see you guys on Monday. And yeah, happy Friday. Good luck on all of your projects, and happy coding. Take care.